Hello, my loves. Hi, guys. Let's have not long time no see, No, I'm just kidding. But it's me, Indica. Um, back with those, positive vibrations. um, and today, I was thinking about talking about isolation and like the effects of isolation, because there's pros and cons to that depending on your energy, like how you're feeling and in that time and space, you know what I mean? But I recently got inspired to talk about, sexuality, and I feel like that's kind of like a taboo topic due to, like, um people always sexualizing things, or I mean it, what are the words, I guess, kind of like seeing things in a light where, you know, someone is just existing and that's just how their body is. And there's no intent behind it other than just being themselves and accepting themselves, you know what I mean? But because they have certain, attributes, or just like, look a certain way, there's an attachment to that. Like, they're a slut, or you know what I mean? Like, oh, they must be like this in bed, or like these assumptions and like fantasies around sexuality. And I don't know if they're wrong, but there's definitely something going on there, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be talking about that, of what I know about that. Um, and what my truth, all I'm speaking, everything that I speak about is based on experiences, right? And what I feel. Um, so yeah, this is just me speaking off of my own experiences, and also like looking at it from different point of views as well, even if I didn't experience it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so we're just gonna get into it. I'm gonna do. Also, I'm a little closer to you guys. Hi. um. So yeah, I got my Palo Santo and my little lighter. Oh, look at that. Every time. It gave me a little smudge because I put it on my face. That's funny. Um, is it on? If it's not, it's okay. Um, but yeah, we're gonna do that. That was cool. Okay. So, positive affirmation. I am light. I am love. Thank you for the flame. Thank you for the smoke. I am good energy. I am positive vibrations. I am beautiful. You are beautiful. We can say this back to each other, of course. Because we gotta uplift each other, you know what I mean? There is no competition here, at least in my eyes. There is no comparison, because we're all uniquely our own. So yeah. Love, light, good energy, good vibes. I am strong. I am patient. I am intelligent. I am capable. I am. What are you, my love? Say it. Say it. Yeah. I am good vibes. But yeah. So oh, it's out. It's out. Good. Because we're just. Well, actually, I want to burn it and then let it burn a little bit when I put it down. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love doing this. It's great. I do like positive affirmations every day, It's a daily thing. That's why I say daily affirmation, daily thing. I don't do, well, I'm trying to think. Because most of the time I do it in the morning, in the night, or like even in the middle of the day when I need a little boost, you know what I mean? But I don't do that consistently. But I definitely do it at least once a day. I feel like doing it consistently really does change the energy within yourself. So yeah. But okay, so we're gonna be talking about Sexuality. Okay, so when you hear the word sexuality, what is the first thing that pops into your head? You know what I mean? Like, what is that first thought when you hear sexuality? Is it like an image? Or it doesn't even have to be a thought actually, but I feel like thoughts lead up to images, and then images leads up to thoughts, you know what I mean? Because they both connect and correlate with one another. But it's like, what is the initial reaction, or even your facial expression when you hear that word? You know, even like when you hear that word, how does your body react to that word? You know what I mean? Because I know when I hear that word, I get shy. And like real shit, like real talk, I get shy, nervous, scared, um, confused. I get a mixture of emotions. And so I want you to look at that, right? And hold on to that the whole video when we're talking about this. And ask yourself why. If you want to, of course. Like if you're open to do that. I'm not sure if anyone will really, because this topic is kind of like, taboo, and like it really depends on what you're open to. So I was journaling, right? And I was like 15 minutes of journaling, right? Because routine. And I was having a conversation with my aunt about something the other day. And it was about this, mainly it was about like the main point of our conversation was about, how females or women, they get sexualized a lot based on the way they are naturally, you know what I mean? Like, my body was made this way, I developed, and this is how I look, this is how I am. I am just existing, and just because I decide to, wear something tight does not mean I'm asking for anything other than like just being there, you know what I mean? Like that's just my vibration, that's just my existence. This is my body, this is my physical. And a lot of people will see that as an invitation, you know what I mean, to just like say certain things, or look. And I feel like, it's a natural thing to be attracted to the body. It's a natural thing inside us, you know what I mean? But there's also like self-discipline where, you look at that, and if that person is not comfortable with it, you know what I mean? I feel like people should respect that. And like, and like if someone's not comfortable with something like that, don't do it, you know what I mean? Like respect and love is very important, and that's the only way, really, like, or some of the ways that we can stay together in a community. We can be a unity, we can be a unity a unit, we can be a unit, you know what I mean? Like unstoppable, we're just like solid, a solid foundation, a solid group of people. That's a society, in my opinion. Reliable, consistent, trustworthy. I don't have to worry about looking behind my shoulder. I don't have to worry about someone, approaching me in a disrespectful manner, because that communication is there. And also, like, it's just an initial thing to know, you know what I mean? But a lot of the times people are raised, we're raised a certain way, and based on our experiences with other people, that approach may have worked, or that approach works, you know what I mean? um, and then that's just like, also there's ignorance comes into play, or just like being naive, not knowing that that's wrong, because you're so used to a different way, like it's normalized to approach someone like that. And it's just like, it comes, everything kind of comes full circle. Like, I can see where it's like, oh, I didn't mean to come off that way. Like, I was just complimenting the person. You know what I mean? Like, they see it in another way, and then the other person sees it a different way. And so it's just confusion, you know what I mean? And I know that I was just, I was talking to my aunt, and I told her that just because certain people can't control themselves, you know what I mean, and don't have that self-discipline or that innate thing in them to be respectful towards another human being, and that comes to everything. That comes with everything, you know what I mean? Like, um, doesn't mean I should have to cover my body up because you don't know how to react. You know what I mean? Just because you don't know how to control yourself. And it sucks, because it's like there's pros and cons to being a woman. I feel um because of your body, because of the way you look, you know what I mean? And it shouldn't be that way, but it is, unfortunately. And the fact that, women have been shamed and are still being shamed for embracing their bodies, slut shaming, that's like, what? You know what I mean? Like, we all have bodies. We all have bodies. Think about that. We all have bodies. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, the physical matters to a certain extent, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was like my little rant, and then that kind of sparked me to start talking about it. You know. Yeah, okay. So my journal thoughts, I'm gonna read it to you. Um, Sexuality. Sexuality is sacred, and there is nothing negative about it. Nothing wrong with the human body. It's beautiful. Yeah, like our bodies are beautiful, man, woman, male, female, whatever you may be, your body is beautiful because, you were created that way. And even if, what is it? Even if you buy certain things to make your body, to make you feel comfortable with yourself, that's still beautiful. And that isn't an invitation for other people, you know what I mean? Unless you want that, and that's cool. That's cool if you want that, you know what I mean? Like, that's cool. But it's like, you know, you people, like, do certain things to make themselves feel comfortable. And if that's how they feel, like they feel like themselves in that way, like, even like, that's first of all, none of our business. Like, if they decide to remove a body part, if they decide to add a body part, if they decide to enhance something, you know what I mean? Dehance, like, you know what? Like, that's none of our business, and we should not have a say in that at all, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And again, it's not an invitation just to be like, over, just, I don't want to say hypersexual, because there's nothing wrong with sexual energy, you know what I mean? But it's like kind of turning it into a way where it's disrespectful, like, there's respectful, like a respectful way of doing something, and a disrespectful way of doing something. I feel like that makes sense, you know what I mean? And like, sexuality is such a sacred thing, you know what I mean? That's what I feel inside. Like, I feel like it's a sacred thing. It's a beautiful thing, and there's nothing guilty about it, because we are naturally sexual beings. Or, like, even if you aren't, sexual, or because I know that there's like asexual and different types of things, you know what I mean? And our bodies naturally, we create. You know what I mean? We create naturally. And I feel like that's a beautiful thing. Like, think about that, creating life with two people, or just, putting in, well, yeah, putting an egg. Well, yeah, you can do an egg too, like, someone else's eggs, I think, right? Or sperm, and you can put, and then you can create it. You don't have to have the other person, but you do need the other person, you know what I mean? Because then you can't create the life. And that's like, I just think it's beautiful, like everything about our bodies as a whole. And there's nothing wrong with sexual energy, in my opinion, as well. Like, self-control, though, is very important, I feel, because then, you can make the other person uncomfortable. You can, there is, there's just, self-control is very important, I feel, because just acting on certain emotions sometimes is not, it's probably not going to end up the way you want it to end up. You know what I mean? Like, acting on certain emotions in the heat of the moment, not thinking about it, and just doing it impulsively. And then later on, you're like, damn, I didn't want it to be like that. That type of thing. That's why self-control is very important. Very important. And so yeah, it's just also I'm drinking water right now because I have to force myself to drink water because, oh my goodness, like I've been on schedule, I've been drinking my water, but it's like I didn't drink water earlier in the day, so now I don't get tea right now, and now I just get water. Like, this is an example of self-discipline, you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing this for the betterment of myself, and also just to see what works, so yeah, I feel, and so I said, because sexuality is beautiful, sexuality is sacred, like I said, nothing wrong with it, nothing wrong with it at all, even though a lot of people and the society tries to shame it, you know what I mean? Like, that's lust, that's gross. That's not right. That's a sin, you feel me? Again, my opinion, no disrespect towards anyone, but this is truly how I feel. And yeah, so sexual needs and urges. Yeah, and so nothing wrong with the human body. It's beautiful. We all have sexual needs and urges, or at least most of us. That's again, when I was talking about asexual, and like, yeah, that's cool. Most of us then. I feel also it is natural, and that's what I was talking about, how our bodies are made to create naturally. Like, that's just, biology. You know what I mean? Like, what is it? These, to have these sexual urges. Also, it's natural to have these sexual urges because of the way our bodies are. But women are very powerful. We create. Like, think about that. We literally create life. And that's another thing I was talking about. Creation, creating life. That's crazy to think about. It's beautiful. And we hold another soul in us for 9 months. Or female, females do that. Like, how you were, born female, there's female and then, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, because vagina, penis, like, that's yeah. I'm not gonna say female or male, but I'll just say vagina, penis, even though, you know what that goes to. Yeah, and, sometimes they're gonna be vagina and vagina, and that's cool too, but, You need sperm and you need an egg to create the, at least now, I'm not sure if maybe they're cloning. Well, that's another topic. Uh, so yeah, we hold a soul in us, you know. And then I put again, you know, it's not alone. It's not a process that you do alone. And then I just put that we are all very powerful, you know, no matter your gender, no matter what you are sexually attracted to, because it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Where it's like, we all hold power because we're all energy. And we all have the power to create. And creativity is power, you know what I mean? And you can create things through sexual energy. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can, because it's energy, right? And what can you do with energy? You can transmute energy. You can use it constructively. You can use it in certain ways where it is very beneficial. You know what I mean? Positive ways. Like, you get negative energy, guess what? You can create that and turn it into whatever kind of energy you want it to be. You know what I mean? You can influence it. Da, 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 da. So, yeah. What is it? And also, you know, the possibilities, everything is limitless if you think about it. Like, if you say something is limitless, it is limitless. If you say something is limited, it is limited. Because I put, you know, when you say there is no limit, there is none. And like numbers, they go on, right? That's what I put. So I feel like when you are sexually in tune with yourself, it is because divine feminine energy, right, has to do with sexuality. And I feel that everyone has feminine energy, like feminine masculine energy, you know what I mean? Like, those are just energies and everyone has them. And so feminine energy has to do with sexuality, you know what I mean? Like, being in tune with your body, you know, touching your body, touching yourself, you know what I mean? Like, that's basic, like, right? Just like, you know, being in tune, feeling yourself, being, you know, like, what you got and what you don't got, and like the beauty of that, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that because this is your body, you feel me? Nothing wrong with that at all. Wait, let me check my percentage here. Okay, we fully charged. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, but accepting yourself in every aspect, physically, mentally, internally, you know, like, yeah, like just accepting yourself. That's what I feel like when you are in tune with your sexuality. You are accepting every aspect of you, you know, the physical, the internal, like, how does this make me feel, you know what I mean? Yeah, all the good, you know, don't rush yourself, like, let things happen, you know what I mean? If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And that we got power beyond belief. So, but you know, I also put, they don't want you to know that though. Is this why women are more likely to be slut shamed? I put, because I do feel like women are more likely to be slut shamed than men, in my opinion. You know, because I guess we have more things to show, or we just get shamed for more things. Because I feel like if a woman embraces their sexuality, they're seen as, you know, at least to most people, as a, you know, slut, or like easy, not worth a lot of stuff. You know, you can say certain things to her and then that would go by, you know what I mean? Like, there would be a past there. You could be disrespectful and they wouldn't care, type of thing. And then when it's with a man, is not really looked at. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking real shit right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, they're cool, like, you know, like that type of shit. Like, oh, you know, like if they're flirty, you know, that's like, that's fun. But if a woman's flirty, she's asking for it. You feel me? Like, that's not, you know, that's not, no. Okay, let's not do that. Let's tear that shit down. um and then it's like, yeah, it's when they embrace the bodies that were naturally gifted to them, you know, naturally, this is my natural body, you know what I mean, this is what I was gifted from the divine, like they wanted me to be like this, and I'm not complaining, you know, because this is how I'm supposed to be. um but you know, I also have times, of course, where I feel like I'm not good enough, you know? Or my body isn't supposed to be like this. Like, I'm supposed to look a different way. I'm supposed to, um, it's just, it causes a lot of division within self, you know what I mean? Not being in tune with yourself. That's on all aspects, you know? Not only sexually, all aspects. And when you're not in tune with yourself, when you're not like connected to yourself, when you don't know what works for you, or when there's just like confusion, that creates division within self. That creates doubt, you know what I mean? That creates the feeling of not being worthy of something when you are so worthy of everything you desire, you know? And I truly believe that, like, like, you know, I believe you're worthy of everything you desire. And all the energy that you put out, you know, that's what you deserve back. That's what I feel. Like, if I'm putting out good energy, if I'm putting out love, I deserve that back. And I'm not putting out energy of love and life just because I want it back in return, you know what I mean? I'm doing it because I feel like that's the best way of doing things. Like I said, I choose love. I don't choose hate. So, yeah. You know? Um And you know what I'm saying? It's not to put down men in any way, because I know that men go through certain things as well. And, you know, in whatever gender you are, I'm sure there's going to be disrespect in areas, or just like where people cross a boundary that you set. Or even if you don't set a boundary, it's like they don't ask, they just do. You know what I mean? They don't think, they just do. And, and I deeply apologize for that. You know what I mean? Even though I didn't do anything to you, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't want anything like that in this world. And I feel sad because a lot of that shit is in this world, you know? And it's like, it's really a scheme to divide all of us. Oh, sorry. Because, you know, like I said, when we know who we are, when there's no confusion within self, that's a lot of power. um, so what is it? Yeah, and then they, you know, I say naturally gifted or just have, and when I meant, you know, said bought for their own satisfaction and comfort. That's when I was talking about like removing, you know, adding on, you know what I mean? Like whatever you're comfortable with, that's your body. None of my business. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. None of my business. I just see you for your energy and I love you, not because of what you have. But there's also a physical attraction, which is normal, which makes sense, you know, in my opinion. Um, but you know, there can be physical, but if there's no energetic pull towards that person on a depth, like in-depth level, then the physical really doesn't matter, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just how I think. I know people think differently, but yeah, this is what I was feeling today. And have been feeling. So yeah, in reality, the body is just a piece of flesh, sorry, I don't know, flesh, muscle, bones, tech. matter and mass, I put certain things like sounds, visuals, touch, e-tech can bring us pleasure. And, pleasure doesn't have to be sexual. But this is the topic. And, yeah. I put an energy or an energetic bond. Just bodies, but not at the same time. Yeah, that's how I felt. We bodies, but not at the same time. Beauty is more than the surface level, just energy is divine and sacred. And here we go again with the being in tune with yourself. Sex with self and others, valuable and sacred. You know what I mean? That's how I truly feel about that. Like, exchanging energies with someone, you're bringing that person inside of you, that they're being a part of you, they are one with you. To me, that's very sacred. And then when you're like, one with yourself, that's sacred. You're touching, you're feeling, you're seeing what works, you're enjoying yourself on that level, and that's okay to do because it's your body. Like, we have these feelings for a reason. We have this way of, this pleasure for a reason. There's a reason why we feel certain things and our bodies react to those certain things. You know what I mean? Your body will tell you everything you need to know if you listen to it. If you listen to it. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I put. Okay, this is how I feel. And if you think a different one, that's okay too. Like, I don't care, I'm still gonna love you either way. And my opinion shouldn't matter as well. Like, if whatever works for you works for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool. You do your thing, babe. You do your thing. But let me drink some water. What is it? And then I put sensuality. Love it. I love the sensual aspect of things, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, the pleasure, just like the stimulation, that again, in all aspects, not only, sexually, but like of the mind, you know what I mean? It's just, and then that can lead to sexual energy as well, but it doesn't have to be sexual. Yeah. And if it is, nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, nothing is wrong with being a sexual being, okay? Let me tell you that, my love. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that at all. In my opinion, again, in my opinion. Because we were made this way for a reason. Let's think about that too. We were made this way for a reason. Well, sorry, my nose is itchy. I'm not sorry, my nose is just itchy. Yeah, but, and I just put, I am just existing and coming into tune with all parts of me. Again, I'm just repeating myself, but sometimes we just gotta repeat it to get inside the heads of others. But like, that's not the main point, like I said, yeah. I just like to say it again, like, I'm just saying it again because I can. Yeah, coming into tune with all parts of me. That includes physically too. Nothing gross about that. Nothing gross. Nothing gross. Nothing gross. Nothing gross. Nothing slutty. And doesn't debunk my worth or just respect altogether. Just because I am a sexual being and own that shit does not give you an invitation to be disrespectful and assume shit about me, to fantasize things about who I am and what I am about, you know what I mean? But sometimes, just because it's initial response, our minds, it goes into that, you know what I mean? And that's understandable. But we have the ability to think for a reason. So, yeah. Like I'm a very understanding person, but at the same time, if you do the work, babe, you know, it's just self-control. You know what I mean? Self-control and thinking before you speak, thinking before you act. Very important. You know, I'm a critical thinker. I'm an analytical person, and I'm also an overthinker. You know what I mean? Uh, I know that I need to think before I act. I need to think before I do something. And you know, sometimes I don't. And that happens because we make mistakes, you know? But as long as I like take a step back and look at my actions and then, you know, not do it again or strive to do better with self, that's what matters. And yeah. So this is me, you know, talking about sexuality. Um, it's a interesting topic. I think it's a beautiful topic to talk about. You know, be in tune with yourself. You know what I mean? Know yourself in all aspects of like it's just it makes you feel so much better too because then you know what you like as well. You know what doesn't work. You know how to feel. You can I think it's just everything like becoming in tune. And yeah, because when you're in tune, I feel like that wanting to compare because you know we're being fed things on a daily basis and subliminal messages and just things that we should be a certain way, we should act a certain way, we should look a certain way. Baby, all you need to be is yourself, okay? All you need to do is what you feel is right for you. You know, like do whatever you want to do, and if you know, like whatever is best for you, please do that. Don't fucking feed into this shit. And I know it's hard though because I feed into that shit too sometimes. But I am reprogramming, you know what I mean? But this is the context right now. This is the matrix we are in. So of course it's going to be hard to break that habit, that way of being, but we can all do it, you know what I mean? We are so powerful. We are light, we are love, we are good energy, and we can do it together, you know what I mean? Unity, babe. Let's not compare. Let's not, you know, it's not a context. It's not a contest. You know what I mean? Like, at least that's just how I feel. And yeah, this is me speaking from my heart, you know, again. Yeah, and know that I I mean no disrespect towards anyone, you know. I mean no disrespect at all. But I'm not gonna be quiet on what I believe because this is me. I say my truth, and yeah, so we all say our truth, and we're you know open minds to different things. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm not right all the time, and that's okay. You know, or maybe I'm not right at all. You know what I mean? Like what? I don't care. You know, like I'm just being me. I'm just what works for me works for me. You know, like I said again. But okay, I'm gonna go now. um, yeah. Also, my I was just before I leave, I'm gonna talk about my hair. I was gonna make a video for the 3 week because I believe today is 3 weeks. 3 weeks. But I think I'm gonna like do a little longer periods and then do updates because I feel like you can see the progress that way. You know what I mean? I think it just makes more sense because I remember I said that I was gonna do it every like week, but I think you know you can see the difference more so when there's a longer period of time, or maybe like I don't know. That's just how I feel, so that's what I'm gonna do. I just changed it because I wanted to. So yeah, but I'm for sure you know keep it updated. I actually do have to wash my hair today. Because, you know, gotta make sure we clean. That's how it's gonna lock up faster as well. Also, the process is slow, at least for me, you know. So I think that a little longer periods of time of updating is gonna show you the progress. Yeah. So yeah, but thank you for watching. Thank you for exchanging energies with me, for being present if you are, and taking the time, you know, taking the time to hear what I have to say. And I really appreciate that so much. And we're just gonna keep growing, okay? I love you so much. It's all love. It's all light. Yeah, peace.